Hello, I am Tatiana.
I'm Val.
And this is Risk and Hustle. Today, we're sitting down with someone many of you may know, literally from around town. He's built more than just a real estate business. He's built a presence, a brand, and real relationships in this community. Andy Sachs from Around Town team. Welcome to Risk and Hustle. Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. This is fun.
Yeah, I'm excited to have you. I mean, I said third time a charm, but I think it was fourth. So I'm glad we're able to make it work.
Schedules are hard to align, but we're here.
Well, I know you're really busy, so taking
Likewise.
the time to be here, we really appreciate it. I think we've been dying to hear your story. You're from this community and have been around for a long time. So since we started, we met you and you always inspired us, and your involvement in the community is really much appreciated.
Thanks, guys.
So we're excited to hear your story.
Thank you. Yeah, no, I'm excited to be here. And I would argue, I could say the same thing about you guys. You guys are an inspiration. You hustle, you grind, you have passion in what you do. And I don't think I think people fall in love with the idea of being entrepreneurs, but they don't see what happens day to day.
Yep.
They see what we put out there on social media, we put out there in print media. Oh my God, it looks great. It looks maybe glamorous. It looks fun. And all those things can be true at times.
Yeah.
But 99% of what you don't see is hard.
Yep.
Yeah. Lots of tears.
Lots of tears. Lots of second guessing decisions.
Nobody sees that.
Nobody sees it.
Yep.
No. Even like this year, I think for us to start has been just heavy, just different. We're dealing with so much stuff happening in the world, and business in general has been a lot. So
business is not for the faint of heart, especially small business.
Yeah.
No, it's definitely a roller coaster. They always say there's like the really high, and then the next day could be like extremely low.
Could you do anything else? Could you go back and work for somebody? Could you
Absolutely
not?
no.
Yeah, same. I couldn't do it.
We talk about that all the time, but then we're always like, what else can we do?
We
Can
do get upset
something else?
sometimes, and you believe it or not, I have said to her, I'm like, man, you know what? It used to be so easy. I think I just want to go get a job, so I don't have to worry about this 24/7 thing, No. But no.
I couldn't imagine having a direct boss, though. At any given time we have 30 or 40 of them. We're selling houses.
Yeah.
Right.
But I couldn't imagine having to clock in, clock out. I couldn't imagine if business dropped, they could let you go at any moment.
Yeah.
At least I know now. The effort I put in is typically a result. The result in the back end is a good thing.
Right.
Yeah.
But you get every day. You got to find a way to want to put the effort in.
And like you said, self-motivating, and not everybody is self-motivating. And I think we go through different seasons where I'm really motivated, or Val is, and then it just bounces. But it's hard sometimes to just self-motivate.
I saw I'm obsessed I'm going to build a home gym, actually a home gym shed outside by my garage.
Yeah.
And I was looking at some inspirational ideas, and one of the things someone hung on the side of the gym was basically, no one cares, go back to work.
Right.
Nobody cares.
Nobody does. You're right.
Go back to work.
Right.
That's it.
Do you think you really need a home gym? We built one and we never use it.
That is my fear. I've adjusted a lot of how I work out.
Yeah.
I used to be a CrossFit Hooked, shout out.
Yeah.
I was there since the day they opened.
You don't do it anymore?
I would go 5 or 6 days a week. My body can't hold up anymore. It's just not for me.
Right.
I kind of we talk about seasons of life. I loved it. I miss the energy of the people. A lot of the folks I went with just aren't there anymore.
Right.
People move away. Life, things change.
Yeah.
So now I see a trainer in town who's also awesome. Designer Bodies, if anyone knows them, around 25. But I need I'm thinking to myself, all right, if I can motivate myself for 2 other days at home,
Yeah.
that would be my goal. Nothing crazy.
Yeah, exactly. As long as you get something in, it's
Something
it's good to have it, because sometimes when you need it and it's not there, yes, you might build it and not use it for 3 weeks, but when you need it, at least it's there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I think maybe when it's fully finished, I'll want to use it.
I think
really
it's pretty finished, but you never do. But
Anyway, so where did you grow up?
yes.
So I'm from just north of Philadelphia.
Okay.
Never thought I'd end up in Connecticut. So I met my wife, Jess, you guys know well, at Ithaca College. And I thought we were going home. I thought we were going back to Philly. My father owned a marketing company, licensing company. I'm going to go work for him.
Yeah.
And just no, we're not. One of those things we just didn't discuss. She kind of had a plan. I had a plan. And
did you meet early on in college?
She was a sophomore. I was a senior.
Okay. So how was that? Did you move home after graduating?
Nope. So I stayed another year and coached. I played football there, and then I stayed another year and coached football and worked in the development office. It was just a great, no responsibility job type of thing for, kind of screwed around for a year. It was wonderful.
Yeah.
And I left, got my master's degree, and she finished up her senior year and got a job, and I was finishing up my master's. And she had a job here in Trumbull.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, well, I'm all done. We're heading back. She's like, no.
We're going to Connecticut.
I got a job. You're coming here. I'm like, okay. So I got a job in the city. We lived in Stanford. Okay. And my life became planes, trains, and automobiles. So I was in the sky half of my life. And it was awesome. It was very cool at first. You know, I got to put on my suit and had my business cards and my BlackBerry. Yep. You guys are just old enough to know what a BlackBerry was, I think, right?
We got a little BlackBerry.
I missed the BlackBerry. I missed the BlackBerry.
The buttons and everything.
The buttons,
right?
the track wheel. It was
what
the
I
most
miss is Nextel.
Oh, the beeping.
That's what
the beep. You like that?
Oh my God.
The original flip phone, the really cool black thin one. Was it a Nokia?
Yeah.
I think it was. Like, that's the one I want to bring back. That's what I want. My goal one day is the Razor was awesome. Yeah. My goal is to get rid of this one day.
I know.
And just have a flip phone. That's what I want to do.
Oh, good luck with
luck
that.
with that.
It's not going well. It's not going well. But no, so we lived in Stanford. Thought I had a really cool job. Was working in the city, and it was great for a while. But the way trajectory of my career would have gone is I probably would have relocated several times by now if I stayed in corporate America.
Yeah.
I don't think it would have been healthy for my marriage and the family we were going to have.
What was your degree?
I have a master's in public administration.
Okay, so then what were you doing in New York?
It's a great question. So I was wrapping up my master's, and my classmates are interviewing for jobs. It was in Albany, and like one of my buddies had an interview for the budget office at Albany. I'm like, how'd it go? He's like, it was great. I'm like, what's the compensation like? He's like, $25,000 a year and great benefits. And I'm like, oh God, I messed up. Why didn't I get an MBA? I love government. I love politics. I got a degree I loved and loved studying. Right. And I've employed a lot of the managerial skills that I learned over life. So it wasn't a complete waste. But I'm like, oh my God, this isn't going to work. So through connections, I ended up getting a job at Scholastic Books in the city, and I worked in their nonprofit government division. And it was fun. Traveled. It was in DC every week. I was in Chicago every other week. Wherever there's a government entity or a big nonprofit, those were the folks we called on. But for me to continue to grow, I'd have to probably go to other companies and chase other jobs and relocate. Yeah. And that just wasn't going to work for the life that Jess and I wanted.
Travel.
Right. Yeah. Where was Jess originally from?
She's from Newtown.
Really?
She's born and raised.
Wow.
Yeah, she won. Okay. We came home.
Yeah.
We came home.
Definitely won.
Came home. Yeah.
And it was the best thing that ever happened to me.
Yeah.
So I'm 26 or 27. It's 2006. My father-in-law was like, you're miserable working in corporate America.
Yeah.
So he said he had just sold his company. He had an independent brokerage, real estate, sold to Coldwell Banker at the peak of the market pre-Great Recession. And he said, I'm going to go back and sell real estate for a couple more years. I'll teach you the business. I said, well, if this doesn't work out, I'll go sell something else somewhere else.
Yeah.
I got in. About 6 months later, the market crashed. The Great Recession took hold.
What year?
Early 2007-ish.
Yeah.
That was the greatest thing that ever happened to me.
Okay.
Really?
And the bottom line is, if you're 26 or 27, you don't know what hard is.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You have an idea. You're like, I'm a hard worker. I'm this. I'm that.
Yeah.
But if I'd gotten in when it was easier and people are just writing offers on hoods of cars, and there's no way I would have survived and gotten out of it. And so the market crashed, and I didn't know what to do. So I started knocking on doors. I started making phone calls. I'd call 300 dials a day.
At that point, were you guys in Newtown? Back in Newtown or still?
We were living in Stratford originally.
Okay.
So we lived in Stanford. We went to Stratford to house sit for a friend who got relocated to Canada. Wow. So we had a $700 a month bill, and that's what we lived on. The stars were aligning.
Yeah.
Because I left my job. Jess was not making very much. She's an event planner for a trade show company back then. And we didn't have two nickels to rub together.
Right.
And so we took a leap of faith. We had a cheap place to live. We commuted half hour from Stratford, no big deal. And I wouldn't go home until I got an appointment booked. And I worked in the basement of this old office that used to be a funeral home. Wow. And I was scared the crap out of me because I'd be there till 10, 11 o'clock at night.
Wow. Boy.
I don't know if I could do that.
I feel like I was in like one of the embalming rooms. It was wild. Yeah. And as it got later at night, like I started it was haunted for sure. Yeah. And I would run. And if I missed turning off the lights as I turned the corner, like an 8-year-old little boy trying to sprint 2 stairs at a time, I didn't go back downstairs at night. Yeah. So the lights would be on.
So could you not work from home? Or did you just like the concept of being...
I needed to be out of the home. That wasn't a thing then.
Yeah.
That didn't enter my, my mindset. And I wanted to be around other people who were working.
Yeah, right. Of course.
I wanted to be around, I didn't know the business. So I wanted to be around my father-in-law, I wanted to be around my manager, other people I looked up to in the business early on. Mm-hmm. And so I just grinded. Right. I put my head down for 7 years
the things that
and didn't pick it up.
Through, you see, it's like
So at that point, are you guys married?
We are just married.
Okay.
And I'm scared shitless.
Yeah.
Right?
Kids yet?
No kids.
Okay.
But kids are going to come.
Yeah.
And fortunately, I'm like you guys. I think you're innately driven to succeed.
Yeah.
Right. You're innately driven to learn how to do things better. You want to find out what are other people doing that I can emulate or learn from. And that's just what I started doing. And the timing worked well because everybody kind of sat in their hands in fear. Oh, the market's down. I'm like, well, I didn't know any better.
Yeah.
Right.
I just knew
That's all you know.
I just knew a bad market. So as I carry forward and the market's up going up and down, the pandemic market, all these things, I don't care what the market does. Because there's always a need for our services.
Yeah.
If you're good at what you do, if you're good with people, if you're honest, if you're transparent, business comes.
Yeah.
But you have to get up every day to find it still. It doesn't, otherwise it'll go away.
Yeah. People always have excuses,
They love
unfortunately,
excuses.
and it's just
It's human nature.
It is.
It's a self-defense mechanism, right? I don't even blame people for making excuses,
Right.
Because they're trying to protect themselves, right? It's scary. It's hard to work. And hard work, and you guys know this, doesn't pay off right away.
No.
You have to work hard blindly for a long time to start feeling like, and then I don't know about you guys. So do you guys live in fear of it all going away?
I mean, I don't know if
I do.
live. You know what the thing is? I always said, I know how it feels to be basically broke.
Yep.
So, I mean, I hope I don't get there, but if I do, I
can
know how
crawl
to,
out of it again
yes,
too.
I know how to pick myself back up. So I'm not afraid of, going there, but it's one of those things that obviously it crosses everybody's mind, right?
Yeah.
It's like, hey, what if you wake up one day and all of this is gone? Does it scare me? Yes, absolutely. But do I, say to myself, well, if it happens, then we'll figure it out just like we figure it out. Like we'll start out over somewhere else and
I know I would figure it out.
Yeah.
I don't want to have to do it again.
Yeah.
But I know I would figure it out. But I do. I live in fear of like poof, like all of a sudden.
Yeah.
So my wife is wonderful. Like this woman has the most level head of any human. Thank God, because I'm all over the board with ideas or just like fears or just like, I'm just like, our whole house is ADHD central, and my wife just sits in the middle, like as like a North Star, just trying to control everything.
Yeah.
This poor woman. She's insane.
Gotta love Jess.
Oh, she's awesome. But she's the one that's like, all right, so all of a sudden you wouldn't sell a single home. Well, of course not. It's still like, so it would be okay. What do we eat? I'm like, yeah, of course. Like, so you're fine.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh yeah, I think we'll be fine. Okay, cool. All right, current crisis averted. I'm gonna go back to work now. So yeah,
we're just gonna keep going.
We're just gonna keep going. We're gonna wake up every day and we're just gonna keep going.
So how does it work? Because I guess at that point, are you working for your father? Is it your father?
So we had partnered, and I was really blessed to have him because not only did he know the business inside and out, he was Mr. Newtown.
Right.
Like he had the biggest firm, the most respected name. If there were 10 listings on the market, he had 7 or 8 of them.
So there was a pre-Mr. Newtown.
There was. There was.
Because I remember when we started coming towards Newtown, I remember seeing your billboards everywhere. I'm like, oh, there's Andy. There's Andy.
Those are going to come back. We're going to bring those back.
Like, who is that guy?
Where's the billboards? I used to see the billboards all the time.
So my goal for marketing has always been, even if you didn't know who my name or was, like, I have seen you somewhere. That was my goal. That was the base level I want. If I was walking through the store, I wanted someone to kind of look at me and be like,
I've seen you somewhere.
Yeah.
Right. And then the biggest compliment was like, I saw your billboard, I saw you on social media, I got your newsletter, I got this, I got this. I'm like, awesome. I'm not looking to sell. I'm like, but you will one day.
Yeah.
Right.
Right. So if we can build that trust over time, we want to be that choice.
You have to get on people's faces. Yeah.
So does he have a team kind of what you have now?
So he owned his own brokerage. His name's Bob Tellner Real Estate. He's down in Florida having fun right now. Yeah, he's doing great. And he built it the right way. This is going to sound crazy. So nobody in town was advertising in the Newtown Bee before him.
Wow.
That was the, oh my God. Like he took a full page ad in the Newtown Bee.
Yeah.
We're talking the early 80s.
Yeah.
Nobody was doing that. Maybe a little house here, but that was like the epitome of marketing. And people were like, oh my God, this guy's for real. Right? It's like, I remember, so I'm always looking for like, what is nobody else doing? Yeah. Whether it be old school, whether it be something new. And that's what he was doing. So that was really cool. No, so he sold the company. He brought me in kind of almost as a partner.
Okay.
And because of him, we were able to eat right away. We had enough coming in and we weren't lighting the world on fire. But he would share in anything he sold with me and, he wanted to take care of his daughter. Make sure that,
he sold to somebody else?
He sold to Coldwell Banker.
Okay.
So Coldwell Banker bought him in 2005.
Yeah.
Just as the market was like peaking out. before kind of 2006 and 2007 recession took hold.
So he was basically Coldwell Banker in a way, but
it was called Bob Town Real Estate.
Okay.
It was an independent brokerage. So we're an independent brokerage.
Okay.
Around Town Real Estate is an independent brokerage. So I was a Coldwell Banker for 14 years.
Yeah.
I started the team at Coldwell Banker twice. It failed the first time because I just didn't know what I didn't know. Yeah. I couldn't manage to save my life.
When was that?
That would have been 2010.
Okay. Yeah.
And I just thought it'd be cool to have a team more than anything. Like, hey, we'll make some more money.
Can anybody start a team?
Anybody can start a team inside of a brokerage. Anybody can start a team. You have to obviously convince people to join your team.
Yeah.
And you've got to be able to supply opportunity, training, and culture to those people.
How does it work though? Is it like, do you guys share everything that you sell, or is it like, whatever they sell?
What's the benefit?
Like,
I guess
the
for somebody to have
the benefit
a team?
of being a team member is that you get training, culture, and sometimes leads.
Okay.
The team lead, just like any business, right? Money all trickles up to them, right? So you have your split. There's a negotiation with the brokerage on top of the team. That's how you kind of make your money from team sales.
Okay.
But anyone can start a team. If you want to manage people and do that, go through that. Anyone can start a team. So we were at Coldwell Banker for 14 years. We left and went to Keller Williams for 3 years and ran a team there. And then we got to the point where I said, you know what? Like, there's so much we want to do our own way.
Yeah.
And so we opened up our own independent brokerage, and it's been awesome. And there's more changes coming.
Is that
we're always evolving around town real estate? Yeah.
Okay.
So it was always a around town team, which a lot of people still know us as.
I didn't realize that it was its own. I thought you were still under
something.
Another.
Yeah. A lot of people still do, and that doesn't bother us one bit. Like people are still calling, and people don't care one way or the other. Quite frankly,
it doesn't really affect people, right?
Because I asked her today. I was like, "Wait, are they on their own? Like, how did?"
Yeah, I think we went back. He's like, "No, I think he's on his own," and I'm like, "No, he's under somebody." So.
And listen, there's some really cool changes down the look out over the next month or so. There's some cool changes coming down the pike for us as well, which we can hop on another podcast and do that one later.
Yeah, definitely. That's exciting.
You don't want to share it right now?
I can't do it yet. I can't. When is this being released? I don't know.
We can talk about it.
I guess we'll wait a little bit, and then maybe when. No, it's that's fine. We'll have another one. It's fine.
No, for sure.
So what made you like? I was always curious. I mean, I love the name, but how did you come up with Around Town?
I was talking to a woman who was a kind of a trusted advisor to me years and years and years ago, and I'm like, I gotta stick out in some other way.
Yeah.
And she says, you know what would be cool? So what? She said round business cards.
Okay.
I said round business cards. All right, let's do round business cards. So I started with that. Then I'm like, well, I need a name, and I wanted everything. When I'm thinking about brand identity, I want everything to make sense and cohesive together. So honestly, I just figured out like, well, around. That's how it was born.
Yeah.
Nothing crazy. It was out of like the card came first, the name came second.
Okay.
And around town, we sell local real estate. Yeah. It just kind of fit.
Right.
And that's how it was born. Like nothing crazy.
Yeah.
No, it's catchy. I mean, it's
catchy.
Around Town. I mean, listen, everyone knows who you guys are. I mean, anytime anybody asks, like,
I feel like if you're selling or buying a new town, there's just no one else you can use. Like we literally had a family like realtor that was, for years, but then after having our, cycling studio and meeting you guys and wanting to move to Newtown, we were just like, I'm sorry, like they're the ones that have to find us our home.
My goal with our marketing and our branding has always been, if your sister is a realtor, you still feel compelled to call us, even to ask us advice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Like that's the goal. We want to be top of mind. We want to be thought leaders. We want to be brand leaders. And we want to back it up. We've been able to back it up with results as well over 20 years. So I love to hear that.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys are amazing, and you support us everywhere. Like every single one of you guys on your team, we see them almost every day. Yeah.
And that's what we love, I think, about Newtown. It's just that community that everybody, you kind of like know everyone.
Newtown is special. It really is. And obviously we're biased. We live here, raising our families here.
We love it. I don't care what anybody says.
It is.
We love Newtown.
I mean, we've been talking about how we hate this weather and we really want to move down south, but it's just so hard to let go of Newtown.
Especially in the summer and in the fall. There's so much happening.
I love the seasons, but there's so much happening here. People are nice.
Yeah.
Listen, there's loudmouths everywhere. We're not going to avoid those people.
Right.
Yeah.
But people are pretty, they say nicer in Newtown. It's true.
Yeah.
It is.
And the small business network, you guys kind of touched on it. We support each other.
Yep.
Right? We're all in this together. We all understand that we have to hold each other up.
Yeah.
It's hard enough.
Right.
Right? And there's a lot of great little local businesses. A lot of people working their tails off. People with great ideas. Like it's really, it's fun to support local.
No, I think the collaborations, even figuring out better ways to collaborate. And I think we all need to, figure that out and get better at it because there's so many ways, there's so many things we can do. Our client base, your client base. And
that's a great brainstorm session off mic.
Yeah.
No doubt. Yeah.
Yeah. No, we really need to, maybe start chat GBTing some ideas.
Have you used Claude yet? Claude AI?
I don't use any of them.
Okay, I'm not gonna. Well, I know that.
I'm out.
I know who I'm talking to here.
I'm obsessed with AI.
She's the one
everything.
here.
Claude AI makes chat look like a kindergartner.
Yeah.
It's incredible. Go play with Claude.
I'll try. And I played with something really quick the other days. I think it's called Manus or something, but it was really wild because it's ChatGPT. You just ask something, it tells you things.
Yeah.
This is an actually AI agent, so it'll do things for you. So I said, hey, can you make this change on my website? And all I have to do is give it a login information, and it logged in.
Send me that.
It was wild.
That's dangerous.
I haven't really, fully figured it out.
I had Claude writing code for us.
Yeah.
And I got to have a buddy teach me how to use Python, which is like the code writing thingy.
Yeah.
But it'll write the code. You put it into Python. Like for us, oftentimes we're looking for, contact information or things like that. I do a lot of work with estates and probate when somebody passes away. Right. Attorneys bring us in to help with the estate and either liquidate items or sell the house or help the families. It's the most rewarding work that I do, quite frankly. Wow. Yeah. But I went into Claude. I said, write me a code that will help me find the associated attorney with every new probate filed in the state of Connecticut. It writes the code. It shows me an example. It's incredible.
Well, I didn't even know you do something like that.
Yeah.
Is that really a realtor thing, or is that totally something different?
So, I have a couple sister companies. One of them is called CT Estate Services, and that company. So I felt backwards in just doing estate work and probate work. And it ended up being the most gratifying work I do because the families need help. They're either bereaved or they're angry or maybe sometimes they're happy someone passed away. Like you never know, right?
Yeah.
But they all need help, right? They live in Oklahoma and they got to sell the home in Bethel or Newtown or whatever it might be. Or they live down the street, but it's just too overwhelming and all of the stuff to clean up the stuff. So we'll manage the whole process.
Wow.
Whether it be bring in our estate sale partners who will value all the items in the home, run auctions, sell everything for you. Then whatever's left, we'll help donate. Whatever's left from there, we'll bring our clean out crew and put in the dumpster. If we need updates done or just basic work done, so we'll bring that crew in.
Everything.
I had no idea that there was.
That's amazing that they do.
And then we'll sell the house in the back end.
Yeah.
Right. And again, it's the most gratifying work I do. A lot of that business comes from the attorneys that we work with very closely.
Yeah.
Attorneys that handle estates and probates and trusts, and oftentimes it's some of the more gratifying work within that segment is elder care work, where mom's getting old, she can't live at home, and we've got to fund elder care, and we're going to fund it from the sale of the house. So we need to get mom in assisted living because she can't safely live at home, and we need to get this thing sold for as much money as humanly possible.
Right.
Because because we got to pay for this, and it's really expensive. So we do a lot of that work, and then we have you guys know Tori Boschel?
Yeah.
So her company, I helped her stand that up by design, which is a full interior design and cabinetry business.
Yeah, you guys are doing that right upstairs, right?
She's upstairs from us. Our cabinet stuff is in the basement, and she is absolutely killing it.
Yeah, she's amazing.
She's awesome.
Yeah,
she's awesome. And then off of that, my wife is doing events by design. And she's got like 7 clients booked for this year so far.
Yeah, all over the place too.
I love entrepreneurs. I love anyone who wants to go out on their own and try.
I agree.
It takes
we never
guts.
stop. It's just constantly finding
the next thing.
It's fun.
I guess.
What do you find was the hardest year for you? Was that the year you started? But I mean,
it wasn't the year I started because I didn't know any better.
Right.
I think the hardest years have been more recent.
Yeah.
Because life is so busy.
Yeah.
The business of real estate comes easy to me now.
Right.
Working with clients comes easy to me now. I'm grateful for every single client. It's not lost on me. But the constraints, and your kids you're just getting to that point now where you're going to start getting to travel sports maybe.
Yeah.
You're going to get all this stuff, and life is wonderfully busy and wonderfully hectic. And on top of still being a husband or a wife. And
that was my question. Next.
It's life is busy, and it's busier than it's ever been generationally speaking. Like we live much busier lives by our own design, by our own making.
Yeah.
This is our fault. Right. We're too accessible.
Yeah.
Right. We feel like if we don't answer, we're going to lose an opportunity.
Yeah.
You know, and it's hard. It's really hard.
It is.
And so I would say that the most recent years have been the hardest, but not because of business.
Yeah.
Because by virtue of starting when the market crashed, I'm not really afraid of the market and what it could do. Yeah. It's going to go up. It's going to go down. I'm going to show up every day.
Right.
Yeah. But it's balancing everything else. It's wanting to spend enough time with my wife. It's wanting to make every game for my kids. It's wanting to, come home and not be fried and try to be present. And half the time I can't be.
I think that is the biggest.
That's the biggest.
Like the hardest part about being an entrepreneur, just, business owner, is not shutting off.
You're always accessible.
We're just always working.
Yeah.
And I don't know, because I can work at 1 o'clock in the morning.
I wake up at 2 in the morning almost every night, and I check my email and I respond to emails. Like people are like, you respond at 2 in the morning. I'm like, I know.
Yeah. I mean,
I didn't want to, but I feel like I needed to.
If I let her too, she's the same way. I tried to shut down a little bit as much, especially when the kids come home. Yeah. We've been trying to just relax a little bit because I see it now as they're getting older.
They're noticing.
They're noticing.
How old are you guys now?
7 and 11.
11, yeah.
Awesome.
7 and 11.
Yeah.
I love Slurpees.
Every time they come home, they're always basically asking us to do something or
and I mean, we're running activities, but it's sometimes my son especially will be at, practice or a game. And if we're on the phone and we don't think it matters, we're there, right? Does he really care?
But they
He'll be like, are you watching? You're not watching.
Everything. You will not be perfect.
Yeah.
You will fail more times. I've had to come just they're going to be on a therapist couch for something. That's the bottom line. We're all screwed up somewhere.
Yeah.
I tell them and my wife, I tell them I love them as much as I can.
Yeah.
And I tell them to do the best I can. And I mess up regularly and I apologize.
Right.
And we're just doing the best we can.
Yeah.
This is life. I'm interested to see where the next generations come. I know some of the younger generations now are kind of more into the experience of life and not chasing the grind, and which I'm like, man, that's awesome. But I'm also like, how are you going to pay for this life?
Yeah.
Well, that's
you like nice things?
Everything,
they're expensive.
Everything is changing nowadays.
We definitely didn't have it, easy. My parents brought us from Brazil and Val's from Kosovo. So we really had to put in a lot of hustle. Yeah. And obviously we try to give our kids the best life they can have. Yeah. But I don't think they're going to have the same struggles. Well, I hope not. We're kind of set up.
They're not. But they have to hopefully and the time's going to come where we all have to just cut them loose.
Yeah.
And can't give them everything.
But will we? And will they be motivated enough?
For their best interest, you're going to have to.
Yeah.
And they're going to have to fail and they're going to have to fall.
Yep.
Right.
And they say, listen, we're here for hugs. You need to come over for dinner all you want.
Yeah.
But you're moving out.
Time to go.
Get yourself a crappy little apartment and start finding yourself.
Right? You don't do it.
It's an injustice for us to keep giving them everything forever.
Yeah.
They'll never find their own life.
How old are your kids? You have 2, right?
Yep. My daughter is 16. My son is 13. So soon to be 14, soon to be 17.
Wow. So 16, you're almost at college years.
She's a junior. We're looking at colleges.
Yeah.
It's wild.
Yeah.
She is my little girl.
Yeah.
The girls are different with the dads.
I know.
She is my little girl.
I know.
The boy is my buddy.
The same way.
But the girl can have whatever she wants.
Yeah. See?
Does she have a car?
She has a car.
Okay.
She has a car. Got her
little
Volkswagen.
Yeah.
She works. She's got a job. She works.
Yeah.
She's an athlete. She gets straight A's.
Yeah.
Her we have high expectations in our house.
Yeah.
Right. And she meets them or exceeds them.
Right.
She's a pain in the ass sometimes.
Yeah.
It's amazing what
kids,
and especially mothers and daughters. That is such an interesting dynamic.
Teenage. I can't honestly. My daughter's 7 years old and she drives me insane.
Oh, it only gets better.
And I'm just like, God, your mouth already. You're only 7.
It's incredible.
She just always has a comeback.
Yes.
I'm just like,
at the worst time also.
Yeah, it's always the last word. And I'm just like, God, you're not even a teenager. This is not going to be fun.
Yeah. No, hearing her, it's honestly for a 7-year-old, her words, I'm like, sometimes I'm like sitting there doing something.
Yeah, but she melts you and you're just
and I listen, I'm like, did she just say that? But then it's like,
it's
for
also
me, it's
funny.
like, she's my, exactly. So I laugh, especially when they go at it. I'm like, oh, this is great. I'm like,
the boys are simple. The boy, he's a mom. I was a mama's boy. My son is definitely a mama's boy. But the boys are more like raising a puppy dog. It's like, are you hungry? Do you need your belly rubbed?
Yeah.
Do you want to play? Do you need to sleep? And honestly, we don't change.
Yeah.
Right.
Somebody love me. Somebody feed me.
Yeah.
Let me play a little bit, and I'm all set.
And that's it.
So
I'm good to go.
Yeah. The girls are much more complicated. My daughter walked into our bedroom one time. She must have been 2 or 3, just crying. I'm like, Emmy, what's the matter, honey? She goes, I don't know. I'm like, already? We're doing this?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Very dramatic.
Yeah. Well,
it's fun, though.
It's kids.
It's fun.
Yeah. We love them, though.
Yeah. What do you think your biggest risk has been?
What has been my biggest risk? I've always had the confidence that whatever risk I was going to take was going to succeed. Mm-hmm. So though there's always fear in the businesses we've started, if they've been calculated and they haven't been made on the back of a napkin, typically. Mm-hmm. I mean, I've had so many ideas that I've half started and folded just because honestly, time
I know.
more than anything, like things I think that would be really big if I had 3 more of me.
Right.
Or was willing to really hire somebody, but to pay somebody to do things is so expensive.
It is.
And it's not even the salaries. It's everything else that goes with
right.
salaries that are mandated. So my biggest risk probably was opening the business. It was probably opening the independent brokerage. Mm-hmm. But I will tell you, I'm surrounded by such great people who are more partners these days than they are.
Oh, you got lucky with that.
We got lucky.
You got very lucky. You have some good people there.
We had a couple people that early on we were a young team, believed in me enough, hitched their wagon to me. I feel very committed to making sure they have succeeded. Yeah. And they believed in me. Even when I'd make stupid choices or say stupid things or whatever it might be, they stuck by me and had my back.
Why do you think the first team didn't work out?
That was 100% my fault.
Okay.
I just didn't know how to manage. I didn't know how to instill passion. I didn't know how to, I was more worried about are we going to make money? Mm-hmm. Right. I was more worried about, are you out there selling? I was more worried about fitting everybody into one column of how I did business and what worked for me. And everybody's not going to do that.
So different.
I would literally make 300 phone calls a day during when I started. And I'm like, this is how this worked for me. Do this, do this, do this. I promise you'll be successful.
Right.
But people have fears or reservations for certain things. So I had to come to the realization that I have to learn how to meet people where they're at and find what's going to work for that individual and that person.
Yeah.
Because they're all different.
Right.
They're all different.
When did your current team start? So what year was that launched?
So the current team, the current what became this brokerage was probably at Coldwell Banker circa 2014-ish.
Okay.
I would say.
Yeah. So that's around the time I think we met you guys.
Probably, yeah.
The team, yeah.
Yeah.
So that was starting. That was the beginning stages of it.
Yeah, that was probably when it really started to take hold.
And how
that
many? That
started a little bit before, but that's probably when it took hold.
How many people on the team at that point? I guess when you launched.
I mean, it would have been 2, and then 3, and then 4, and then 5, and we're an office of 17 now.
Yeah.
17.
17.
Oh.
Yeah, and everyone's doing kind of their own. We're trying to meet people where they're at. So some people they don't do a lot of business, but they either don't need to, or they've had a baby and that's their season of their life. They're taking some time off, and they'll come. We'll be here when they're ready to come back, type of thing.
Right.
Stuff like that.
So how do you pick? How does somebody apply to be on your team? How does that go about?
I am personally notoriously a horrible recruiter. Mm-hmm. I don't like chasing people. When I talk to prospective new agents, I'm pretty sure I kill the deal because I'm so blunt on what this business is and what it isn't. Mm-hmm. And most other brokers will tell you, you're going to be incredible. We're going to do this for you and this, and you're going to make so much money and be a star.
Yeah.
I can't feed the bull.
So what do you say?
I'm like, listen, this is going to take a ton of work. Mm-hmm. It's going to really suck for a long time. We'll teach you the skills, we'll teach you the scripts, we'll give you the business planning, but you have to, on blind faith, show up every day and do the same thing.
It's a sales job.
And there will be no results for so long, and it's going to be so hard. And people I think are like, ooh, I'm going to go somewhere else.
The other person just said it so much nicer, right?
And so I would like to step out of that role and figure out another way to talk to people.
I think people don't understand that when you start with, anything, but especially selling though, it takes a long time to build your clientele. But once you build that clientele, it's just like us, When I worked at the Stone Company for 9 years, first 4 years, I would watch them. Even anything I would sell, I was basically I would have to handle it. But it taught me a lot. Even working with them, it would just be they would be like, listen, eventually once you built these clienteles and all that, but once I started like people started calling me and everything after those years, I didn't have to do anything. I was just, I still work, but I had return business that like, I built builders. And
what is the thing that takes forever to build and can be torn down in a second? What is it? Trust.
Yes.
Right?
Yep.
So trust takes a really long time to build. Once you have it, you have to covet it.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's even, at that point, to me, sometimes it's even harder to hold on to it.
Yeah.
Because then you really got to pick up the phone at all times. That's when you got to show up.
Yeah.
Right.
You got to be present, right? And so that's like, people think you're grinding to the point where it's like we're at the point now in my career where I know I'm going to sell enough homes a year to feed my family and meet some of our goals, right? Yeah. I'm always chasing growth. I love growth, the growth mindset. The word grit is my favorite word in the world. Yeah. Great book if you haven't read it, by the way. Angela Duckworth. It's called Grit. And there's actually a scientific study.
Gotta write that one down.
A scientific study behind grit. Okay. And basically the premise really is, it's not about just getting up when you get knocked down. It's learning why you got knocked down.
Right.
Right. So you don't repeat the same mistake.
You gotta send me that.
I will send it to you. I will send it to you. It's a good read.
Okay.
But actually do it on audio. Better listen. My ADHD won't let me read it anyway.
I love listening.
I like reading. I don't know.
I get into
it.
I like, because
if I'm on vacation, I can read.
Especially when I'm on vacation. It's my favorite because
there's nothing else.
There's nothing.
Otherwise,
the only time I don't have anything to do, I feel like, is when I'm driving because I can't do anything else. So that's when I like to listen. Other than that, then I feel like I just.
I used to try to read at night, but I'd be like on my Kindle or my book and just like thump. Don't like hit myself in the face.
And it's not good for your eyes because I do the same thing. And sometimes I tell her like I got to leave the light on because I need to give me at least an hour or two just so I can read a little bit and then because reading in the dark it's not bad.
Good.
It's really
what are you guys reading now? Anything good?
I have what's the one actually I just picked one.
Atomic Habits.
Yes,
it's a classic.
You just started. Yeah.
Everyone keeps. How did I not hear about this book?
It's old now, dude.
Yeah,
it's literally everyone's like, "Oh, I read this 5 years ago." I'm like, somebody just sent it to me, and they actually sent me 3 books because I was looking for another book to read, and they're like, "Oh, you got to read this," and I was like, "All right." And then I go and pick it up, and I was like, I just posted it, and I get all these messages. And they're like, "How did you not read this book yet?" And I'm like,
"What's that? That one was a good one." Yeah, that was.
I've read that one too. Yep.
Yeah,
it's a good book.
And then the one behind that was good too.
Yeah.
I have a couple upstairs. I don't know. Tati just brought some of them there. Like
working on our shelves.
Yeah.
I will also I have a stack of books that are half read next to my bed.
Yeah.
So I need to finish those, but
some of them are like that one I didn't finish yet. The science.
Well, when you get through half of them, you're like, I get it.
Well, some of them I'm just like I don't get them, and I'm
or it's written in such a way it's like
I'm just like, what am I? Like,
the one with the toilet, you were really like the covers like the toilet, isn't it? Like
I know which one you're talking about.
I think it's over there. 7 Habits.
The 7 Habits.
I think
that's right there. Yeah, that one.
You started that
confusing.
one, and we were just like, what?
It's a great book though. But some of the books, like, you read and you're like, all right, well, I already know this stuff. And then they just continue like talking and talking and talking. And I'm like, what's happening? Are they...
Well, some of those, they could say half the stuff in half the time.
Yes. Yeah.
It's just repeating themselves over and over.
100%. Yeah. My favorite book is not even a business book. It's called The Alchemist. You guys ever read The Alchemist?
No.
Read The Alchemist. It's actually that's a great listen.
See, there you go.
So The Alchemist, the premise is, and this is an older book about Paulo Coelho, like beautiful author, award-winning author, incredible book. And it's got to be a 25-year-old story. Yeah. Basically, it's a story of a young man in the Spanish Highlands. He's a shepherd. This is like long time ago. It takes place a long time ago.
Yeah.
And he's got a dream, whatever that dream might be. And he goes to chase, they call it his personal legend. And he meets a king and he goes through this whole process. And first he experiences great success, but they talk about beginner's luck.
Yeah.
And I can't tell you how many times I see beginner's luck in real estate agents. They sell 4 homes like, I got this. They stopped working.
Right.
That was a test.
Yep.
That was a test. So you're going to keep going, right? Because nothing is given to you for any period of time.
That's
right. So it kind of takes that journey of life. And it's my favorite book. It relates to business so well. And it's only about that thick. Yeah. So like it's a weekend read. You could crush it.
So that's some content idea for you. Whenever you do this like newspaper or something, I would add book
do a book review.
Like little book stuff, like give people ideas on things to read. Because we're always looking for ideas.
Yeah, likewise.
No one's doing that.
Likewise. I know.
So
always got to look at things that people are not doing, right?
Yeah. So what does it take to be on your team? If we're going to sell Boost Bowls and now we want to sell homes.
Here we go.
How can we
She's been wanting to get in real estate now, so get ready.
Oh God, we'll take you in a second.
She'll be there for a week.
I'm gonna sit down with Andy. He's gonna tell me his little spiel. I'm like, all right, I'm going back.
I'm out of here. I'm going back to Bruce Bowles.
Yeah.
What does it take? On the surface, I want somebody who's well spoken. I want somebody who, through the questions that I'm asking or that we're asking, we're interviewing, are open to constructive criticism. Someone who doesn't take themselves too seriously at the end of the day.
Yep.
So from a character perspective, that's what we're looking for, right? Because you have to be thick-skinned. You have to be able to roll with the punches. You have to be able to look in the mirror and say, did I mess up? Is this a client problem? And regardless, it's still going to roll downhill to you and you have to fix it.
Yeah.
Right? So are you a fixer? And then somebody who, by virtue, we can determine from previous careers, or I love former athletes. I love former military. Yeah. They work. Yeah. Not only do they know how to work, they know how to work on a team. Yeah, they know how to lead. They know how to take direction. Right. Those are the people that are, my favorite.
It's so funny because we say that the same thing. It's like we love when they play sports because they've learned how to work on the team.
Yeah. But it's also the hardest people for our business to hire, because they'll tell us like, hey, I played this sport, but if you play every sport every season.
Well, you're hiring a high school kid. You're
getting
them 1 hour a week.
That's it. And I'm just like, oh man, you're never going to learn.
But so it's really hard. They are the best. The ones that play sports are the best.
So usually if you play a sport one season, we're like, okay, great. Like we'll deal with one season.
To me, sports are one of the last great classic American gifts that we have, that kids still go through. Now, I think it's over marketed now, and if you want your kid to be on a travel team, they can. Travel anything used to be like, oh my God, that kid's on travel. He is incredible. Now it's like, you're on travel.
Everybody's on Premiere now.
Everyone's on Premiere.
As long as you're paying for it,
they'll take your money.
Right?
And which is like also to me like gives false hope to kids. Gives false hope to parents. Right? They don't realize it. They just want to be able to tell that their kid's on travel. Right? And it's like,
that's another episode that I want to talk about. I can't wait. I actually have somebody great that I want to talk about that because everyone's complaining about this. Like this sports situation, it's just become.
And they all bleed. Well, they all bleed. Like, when we were growing up, I played football, and then when I was younger, it was into basketball, and then it was into whatever I was playing in the spring, and then you had this time off. Yeah. In the summer, you were done, unless you were like an elite athlete, and then you played on AAU basketball or whatever it was, right? Now every sport can literally go all year long.
Right.
And they're pulling the kids in these directions. Well, if you want to be a great lacrosse player, you really should quit football. Or if you want to be a great football player, you can't play baseball also, whatever it might be, right? So
it's just crazy that that's what the same thing happened with London and the other kid that couldn't play lacrosse. Like, oh no, you shouldn't do this.
Yeah.
Let the kids
every study has shown multi-sport athletes are better athletes, right? You train different modalities and different movements and different thought processes. And maybe you're a captain of one team, but you're not as good. But so you learn how to be a great team member on the other, right? Yeah. There's all these ancillary benefits from playing multiple sports.
We push sports on our kids. I mean, we weren't athletes. I did a couple of things here and there, but didn't really stick to a team like in high school. And
I imagine coming over from an immigrant mentality.
Yeah.
That probably wasn't as pushed, was it?
Or for me, being
it was more work.
Yeah,
work
being the girl, it wasn't as much. Like my brother
finished school.
They pushed soccer all the time, but my parents for me was like dance, ballet, like things like that. It wasn't really like a sport. But nowadays, I feel like we push sports on our kids. I'm like, you're not coming home after school. Like you're doing an activity because you're not coming home and sitting on the computer and the iPads and the video games and TV.
It's good for them because it keeps them busy. Too. You always want to keep them.
It's a love-hate relationship.
But I always wonder also, like, are we teaching them? I always see posts and I read articles like kids don't know how to be bored.
No.
Right. I mean, I don't know if we do anymore, right? Because I can just like, I got some time to kill.
Yeah. So you just sit there.
Which is awful. I think we go through that all the time. As soon as I take everything away, I'm like, hey, no iPads during the week. But then they come home and it's raining outside and there's nothing to do. And I'm just like,
but what do we do?
I'm bored. What do we do? And I'm just like,
We figured it out because we didn't have any of these.
Right. There was no other option.
There was no other option. So
we board
played
games,
with
the cards,
board games, things like that. I don't remember last time we played a board game.
Yeah.
No.
Like we used to.
We've been on the beach and my kids will be like, oh, I'm bored. And I'm just like,
you're on the beach.
Like on the beach, go do something. Yeah. And that we were just in Brazil.
Go dig a hole.
It was there was a bunch of kids and they're literally just sitting there laying on the sand.
Yeah.
Like they're just hanging out. And my kids couldn't have the phone or anything there, you know? So like soccer all day on the beach.
And they probably had such a good time.
Oh, they loved it.
Amazing.
We had the best trip. I can't
very
wait to go
short,
back.
but amazing.
Yeah,
like it was just,
it was a great trip.
yeah, it was very like humbling
Yeah.
just to see everything. And
But the future for these kids is going to be, I don't know. I mean, like the way
We
I
see
see
it
it, I
at
just
our
feel
store,
like it's boring and depressing for them.
Well, here's the goal then, I think, with our own kids, right? My goal is to raise a couple kids who can go out and eat your kids' lunch,
Yeah.
right? If everyone else is going to be locked on their phones or relying on someone else to do stuff for them, I'm going to raise self-sufficient kids who are going to be the ones who stand out. Because I don't think it's going to take very much to stand out.
no,
You know?
You have to.
we bring in, rather than hiring after interviews, you have to come in at Boost and do like an hour and a half, 2 hours in-person interview.
That's what
and
we
we'll
do.
have them like peel a lemon, cut an apple, like very basic things.
Some don't know how to do it.
You'd be so surprised.
No, I don't think I would anymore, unfortunately.
I've never hired anybody on the spot. I always bring them. So, and it's not just to see, like, even if they don't know how to do certain things, like, you know, peeling.
Can they be
cutting.
taught, though?
Exactly.
You want to find out.
So I got those 2 hours and I sit there and I show them first. I have them do it and then I walk away. I let them play with it and I just pay attention to see like how
Are
they're
they
doing.
interested?
Are they interested? If I see them that they're looking around, because you get that. They'll look around or they're looking to try to grab their phone.
Yeah.
Those are my favorite. I'm like, the minute I see that, I'm like,
I'm done.
no, that's it. But if I see them, they're interested and they're looking around to see what everybody's doing, make sure that they're doing the same thing. Because obviously, like we have some things like peeling, for example.
Yeah.
It's very hard.
It's no one peels lemons at the house and stuff
Right.
like that. So obviously, I understand they're not going to know how to do that. But cutting and just kind of like making sure that like you're focused
Or
on
what
what
about
you're
peeling
doing.
a banana? That'd be a good
Yeah.
start. You'd be
They
surprised.
don't know how to. I'm telling you, Andy, I've seen everything.
Do they not eat bananas then, or someone does it for
I
them?
don't know. It's like,
Good question.
how do you peel it? And I'm like, you know, I mean, I can go on with the things that sometimes I go through and like I see. I'm just like, and I tell her because it's sad. It's sad, and I'm like, is it their fault or is it the parents' fault? Because I feel like at this age, when you're at least 16, you should know
I think it's
how to at least.
I think it's us parents. A lot of it's
something.
us.
I think it's parents' fault.
Yeah.
No doubt about it. And my kids, there's things also that you're like, I'm like, really?
Right.
Like, did we not teach you this, or did you not pay attention?
My
Which
son,
one?
my son's 11, and obviously there's always somebody that usually cleans shovels the snow or
Right.
something, or it's Val. But I'm like, he can go out and shovel snow. I know
100%.
he's 11, but
They have to
like,
have chores.
Go out and do it.
Kids without chores, I think, you know, and again,
It's also a family unit, right? So the
Yeah.
the whole family works together to,
Yep.
you know, whatever it might be. So
Yeah.
it's wild.
yeah, it's a crazy life out there, but
Well,
we'll manage
back
it.
to
We'll
market
be fine.
stuff.
Yes. Oh God, it's like we keep losing track. Well,
What are people getting wrong about the market now?
yes, that's
So real estate markets innately are local, right? Every market, whether it be one town over, one state over, has its own interesting nuances. But news about markets is national,
Right.
right? So a lot of the headlines might be like, "Hey, well, now what we're seeing nationally is actually a lot of the markets are pulling back. A lot of the markets have flipped to a buyer's market, right? We're not. We're still a seller's market.
Really?
So-
I definitely thought it was more
yeah.
buyers.
So national news,
Yeah.
right? So we're still a seller's market. It's not gangbusters, bidding wars on everything anymore,
Right.
right? But basic economic indicators, we have more supply, or we don't have enough supply to meet buyer demand. So basic economics, supply and demand metrics, we're a seller's market.
Yeah.
But the buyers, I think, after years of being kicked around, are saying no more of that. We're going to pay what we believe to be fair market value. And granted, there are still some bidding wars for homes that are really special or maybe underpriced sometimes. But buyers are saying, listen, if we get to inspections and there's an issue, if you don't fix it or give us the money to do it after closing, we're going to walk away. And they will.
Yeah.
They will walk away. A couple years ago, they would have said, okay, we'll take it. We'll just deal with it.
Yeah.
Right? Not anymore. They're willing to say, even if it might take them 6 more months to find a house, they're not willing to just take it.
Right.
And I think that is being created from like just buyer fatigue, but also from larger economic factors where people are losing jobs, right? So people have to be really smart. Like, I can't take this on and have to fix A, B, and C in the house.
How do you manage that as, a realtor behind the scenes when something like that is happening? Someone's here you have a house ready to go and they just want to back out? Do you kind of like
so if we're representing the seller, we're trying to save the deal within reason, right? And the only thing you can really do is to tell your seller, listen, your septic system failed. Mm-hmm. And if the seller's saying, well, I don't want to pay for the new septic system. So, well, okay, I understand that's a very expensive proposition. It could be $15,000 to $30,000.
Yeah.
Right? Very expensive. So, well, you have a couple options. You can let them walk away and not fix it, but we have to disclose that as a material defect to anybody else coming to the house. By law, you have to tell them we have a failed septic, right? If the report that we got is legitimate, we'll always bring a second opinion out to look at it. But most time, like if the fields aren't holding any more liquids and they're coming out of the ground, it's failed. It just is what it is. So we say, you can agree not to fix it and cancel, and we can go back to market. Or you can take the home off the market and live with it there as long as you'd like until you want eventually ready to sell it or fix it. Sometimes a seller will say, well, I don't want to pay the whole thing. They're going to get the benefit of a brand new septic.
Right.
Well, sure. But they also expected a functioning septic at the price they were buying the home for.
Right.
So regardless if it's new or not, you still have to fix it.
Yeah.
Most sellers understand that. Most of the time we can get it installed and paid out of proceeds of closing. We're not coming directly out of pocket. It'll just come from the sale. The money's coming out of the sale. And you try to save it. Try to be transparent. Like, these are your choices. What would you like to do?
Is that something you work with, like one realtor to another, kind of behind the scenes, seller and buyer?
First we work with the client directly,
right?
And then we'll go back to we'll structure either a counter or an acceptance or denial from the seller and go back and say, listen, this is what they're willing to do.
Yeah.
What do you guys want to do? All right. If we're representing the buyer, we're letting the buyer know, listen, like, you can take it as is. Here are the risks of taking on a house with a failed septic or something else. Mm-hmm. Here's what it might cost you to repair it.
Right.
You're going to need to repair it right away because you can't live in a home with a failed septic, or it could be something even more minor, right? It could be some minor electrical. It could be things like that always pop up. Right. So we let them know what the risks are of taking it without repair. And we say, listen, if you're willing to take that on, you love the home that much, that is a very personal decision. Mm-hmm. Should you ask for it to be repaired? 100%. Should you ask for the money for it? 100%.
Right.
Would I buy it without repair? Probably not. Mm-hmm. Unless it ticked every other box that I had extra 30 grand sitting around that I didn't care about spending.
Right.
Most people don't have that.
Yeah.
Right. So it's transparency. It's lay out the choices. We're not the ones buying the home. We're not the ones selling the home.
Right.
We are guides. So there's something called trusted advisor status, and your certified financial planner has one. Your accountant has it. Your attorney has it. It's not like a certificate you get, but it's just it's a status of which they achieve in those positions. Basically says, above all else, we will put your needs above ours. Realtors don't have it. Basic salesmen don't have it. Like, that's not something like we're deemed like something people look at us for, but that's how we operate in our business. Mm-hmm. So even if the advice we're going to give is going to kill a sale, so be it. Yeah. We'll find them another home. We'll find them another buyer, right? If you're not upfront and honest, if you're not transparent, no matter how hard it is to deliver that, no matter how hard it is to maybe let go of what your commission might have been,
right,
it'll come back to you tenfold.
Of course.
And you'll fall asleep okay at night.
But they usually don't they do an inspection though? Like,
well, that's where we're seeing those. It's coming from the inspections, and then we're finding these things. Yeah. Most sellers, at the end of the day, most sellers have a pretty good idea what's right or wrong with their home. Right. What they don't know about is what's underground. Yeah. How's your well and how's your septic?
Right.
Because unless things are blowing up back into your home, you assume it's okay.
And no one's really checking that before you sell,
You're not.
right?
You might be getting it pumped, but the guy's pumping it or just putting the hose, pumping it and walking away. They're not doing a full inspection.
Right.
And so, it's a surprise. And it's not, and when sellers get a deal together, they're saying, great, I'm selling it for X dollars. After I pay commissions and taxes and all this stuff, I'm going to walk away with Y. Yeah. Right? Now I'm going to walk away with Y minus X. Right. And that's a hard pill to swallow for people.
Yeah. So is it a good or a bad time to buy?
Is it a good or bad time to buy? It is a difficult time to buy. Mm-hmm. My belief in real estate is it is a good time to buy or sell when you need to buy or sell. Yeah. If you try to time the market, I can't tell you how many people starting in the pandemic market were like, I'm going to wait for prices to come down. Yeah. Well, they never came down. You guys were wrapped up in a little bit of that, right?
We got really lucky.
You got lucky. You got lucky.
Very lucky.
But think about it, like, and plenty of people, and that's where realtors have to step up and be trusted advisors. That say, listen, I understand you want to wait for homes to come down, but what if they don't?
Yeah.
Right?
Never really right.
Or for rates to come down, right? People are still saying, well, they're going to come down. They're going to come down. The rates are high fives, low sixes. You know what those are? Those are normal.
Yeah. That's I mean, when normal. Our first time we bought a house, I think we were at like 5.2 or something.
Oh, I was at 9% the first time I bought a house.
Oof.
Right. And that was normal rates of like 6 to 9% historically, very normal.
Yeah.
The early 80s were 17, 18%.
Yeah.
That 2-3%, that was a blip in time, and that was caused by great economic harm.
Yeah.
If you're waiting for that to come back around, bad things are happening.
Well, that's why I feel like
we are in World War III
because we're at that. So I'm like, how could I ever sell?
Well, luckily you're not going to anywhere. You're not going anywhere, right? So it doesn't.
We love it where we are.
Pay down the mortgage, get rid of your debt.
Yeah.
I'm very debt. I have a high risk tolerance, but I hate debt.
Yeah.
Right. When you don't have debt, when you can eliminate debt, you are so much freer in everything you want to do.
That's hard though.
It's very hard.
It's like you ever get rid of it 100%, then you're like,
you jump into something else. And I feel like,
I refinanced into a super duper low rate. I paid off my house, and then I took money from my house to buy my office building. Yeah. And I justified by saying, well, at least I'm buying an asset, right? Yeah. And I'm close to paying it off again.
Yeah.
Because I'll tell you what, for the 3 years I didn't have a mortgage, I was able to save a ton more.
I can't even imagine.
And you sleep when your base is locked up.
Yeah.
Other things don't bother you as much.
Right.
If you ever get there, let me know how you feel. It's a cool feeling. I'm trying to get back to it.
I feel like I don't even consider my mortgage like debt, So the fact that you bought a building and you consider that debt, I would just be like,
think about it.
That's definitely a big investment.
If you're an average homeowner, you're putting $2,000 to $5,000 a month into something.
Yeah.
And hopefully the value goes up, right?
You hope.
But if you go to access that value without selling it, you just incur debt also.
Yeah.
Right? So you took a HELOC out tax-free, which is great, but you got to pay it back, right? You're collateralizing your home. If you don't have debt, you can then save more for retirement, buy a building, buy other assets that create wealth. Yeah. Right? So if you can do it, if you can put like a couple $100 a month to it, if you can do whatever you can do, I'm a big proponent of it.
Yeah. Of course.
And we try to tell our clients also, like, I know the bank approved you for $1 million. We don't need to spend $1 million.
Right.
Right. Like, you can spend whatever you want, but it's not my choice what you buy. But here's what that looks like monthly. And here's, kind of break it down. Like, what kind of lifestyle do you want to live? And can you live the lifestyle you want with that type of a mortgage, whatever that is for you?
So do you really talk to them about that? Or for
100%.
you, it's just like, hey, go for
100%.
it?
100%. Again, our job is information. Our job is to give them the reality of what the situation is, what the advantages and pitfalls can be. So they have the information to make an educated decision.
Right.
We don't make the decision. We don't buy it. We don't sell it. They do. Mm-hmm. We give them as much data as possible, as much from our experience as we possibly can, so that they can make a decision they're comfortable with. Right. Right. And then we can also sleep well at night.
Yeah, absolutely. What's your advice to first-time home buyers?
Patience.
Okay.
Save as much as you can, which is really hard to do these days. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Live without. Just because, again, why the phone is so horrible and Instagram and all these places that we're all over for our businesses, right? We need it for our business, but it shows a world to young people that is not attainable for 99.9% of human beings. Mm-hmm. And there's, that guy's 25 or 26 or 30, and look at all the stuff he has. I want to go on vacation. I want to do these things also.
It's not real. This all the time.
It's not real. You've got to put the pain.
Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier. It's like a lot of these kids, or the new generation, it's like they see that and they think that it's real. None of this stuff is, everybody's just making up stuff. There's no such thing as an easy way out.
There's no side hustle that makes you $1 million. It doesn't exist.
As much as they're selling, like a whole program on how to make $1 million.
That guy's making $1 million. There's enough people who want to get rich quick. It doesn't exist.
Absolutely.
And there's something to be said about living inside of your means, not to your means, but inside of your means. There's something about saying, I'm going to delay these things now so I can live a better life later.
Yeah.
And I think when you look back on that, when you do that, when you guys have worked your butts off, and you look back, you're like, you can be really proud of where you were and where you are now.
Right.
And you can't do that when you just live to your means all the time.
Yeah.
Right.
And you're stuck in a wheel. You're stuck in a rat race, every single time. Yeah. If you don't. So, we've made stupid financial decisions. We've bought cars when we shouldn't have, or I like shiny things, There's no doubt. I definitely order Amazon stuff. I am Instagram's favorite person to be marketed to. Because if you show me a product.
Is that a guy thing?
Oh, God, you have the same problem, Val? You show me a product.
I'm like,
this works.
On the 10th time, like, oh my God, I must need this.
And then he gets it and he's like, oh, this doesn't, I'm like, obviously it doesn't work. It came from like China or something.
Well, that's what always dupes me, because I always feel like they do such a good job. Marketing. They do such a good job thinking like, and then I get like the shipping thing. I'm like, just left Shanghai. I'm like, oh God, I did it again. Oh my God. Yeah.
What's something people assume about you that isn't true?
That's a great question. Within the agent network, all the other agents out there outside the folks who work in our office, I think people would think I am very just hard to be around. The people who work with me would probably tell you that I'm incredibly caring. I'm blunt. Yeah. I'm very to the point. I want to get things done. I won't push ethical boundaries. Yeah. But I also won't with other agents also. I'm just going to tell you how it is. I'm not the one to give you a big hug and fluff and, oh, this is wonderful. No, this is how it is. This is how we're going to do it. Yep. This is how we're going to get the deal done. Yeah. And I think that rubs people the wrong way in our industry. Our industry is both wonderful and horrible at the same time. A 60-hour class and a pretty easy test, and I get to manage your $500,000 to $5 million asset. Mm-hmm. Who else are you going to hire in your life to manage assets at that level? Yeah. Right. Your financial planner just had like a certificate, like me manage money. Sure, buddy. Here's $1 million. Yeah. Please manage. But in my business, for some reason, it's rough. Yeah. Great stat. 72% of agents last year didn't sell a single home. 72% didn't sell a single home.
Is
and
that they're paying their due
just national. So
that's crazy.
They're selling. They are selling an image of themselves that they're busy and they're not.
Is that just based on people getting their license?
Getting their license and not selling a goddamn thing.
Wow.
Yeah. And so then think about it, right? When 72% aren't selling any, you probably have the next 20% are selling 1 to 5. Yeah. And the top 10% are making a general living, and the top 1 to 5% are the ones that you really want to trust. Yeah. Because everybody else doesn't have the experience to walk you through what you need to do or know and don't know, don't do and don't know.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's a very watered down industry. Yeah. The industry does a good job of selling hopes and dreams, right? Like, what realtor do you know that doesn't drive a BMW? I drive a BMW, right? Or an Audi, right? They all, so they get these cars they can't afford, and they're working just to pay for their cars, right?
Well, you got to have the image, right?
It's the image. They all want to have the image. Yeah. I was driving Camrys for the first 15 years of my life. I finally got a little BMW 3 Series. I thought I made it. I was so
I'm just wondering, do people really care? I mean, it's like, do you really care what your realtor is driving?
I will tell you, the majority of people do not.
Yeah.
I would say that there is an affluent client that does want a truly successful real estate agent to guide them.
Yeah,
they do. We can't say that they don't, because everybody sees
not everybody does. Yeah, majority of them don't. But there is a level, when you get to a level of service, if you're working with clients who are very well capitalized, multi-million-dollar homes, tens of $1 million in the bank, asset-wise, you have to be able to understand how to speak the language. You have to understand what's going on in the economy, and you have to connect with them on a human level also, right?
Right.
And you've got to be able to walk the walk and show it at the same time. But do the most people care? No, they don't give a shit what you pull up in. They want to know your track record. They want to know what you're getting done or not getting done, and how are you going to take care of them. You know, are they going to believe that their best interests are your best interests?
Right.
You know, are they aligned?
Yeah. What does success look like in 10 years?
Just growth.
Yeah.
Just growth. You know, I don't have a dream to retire.
I was going to say, will you ever retire?
No.
God, everyone we meet just says the same thing. Never want to retire. Never.
Yeah.
And I think that's, if you're an entrepreneur, if it's in you, it's in you. I don't know what I would do.
Ever retire.
I like pickleball. I like golf. I would probably work out a little bit more than I already do. My dream has always been to have the means to retire, but have the health and vitality not to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if I could say I could just walk away and just be like, cool, I can, whatever, great, right? If I didn't, I would love not to have the stress of like college looming, all those things that I carry on a daily basis with me. That would be really cool.
Yeah.
But still just have the passion to want to just keep growing and learning and meeting. And the coolest thing about real estate is I meet somebody new every day. You know, you're exposed to somebody you didn't know or know about, or you learn something new about somebody every single day. I like people. People are fun. Yeah. And most people are good.
Yeah.
A lot of assholes out there. Most people are really good. But what's interesting, there's a study done many years ago, I got to find it. Selling a home or buying a home releases the same level of stress response in the body as a loss of a loved one, a divorce, a major negative life event creates the same internal.
Really?
Now, intellectually, I'd rather.
It is. I mean, think about when we were kind of like finalizing the house. It was stressful.
Yeah,
intellectually, listen, nobody died. This is hard, but it does create some of the same chemical reaction in the body. So my agent's like, oh, this client's so difficult. I'm like, well, let's stop and take a look. Yeah. Why is it? What is going on in their life?
Yeah.
Right? Let me ask you a question. This is a good question. Why do people sell houses? Why do people buy or sell?
Oh, they wanted something bigger? I don't know.
No, think before that. Well, why do they want something bigger? Why? Why would they need a bigger house?
Their family's expanding.
They're having a baby. Okay. What else?
Image?
I don't know. More money, maybe? I don't know.
Okay. They got a better job.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or like they want to move?
They want to move, but why do they want to move? Why do people move?
Better communities.
Better communities. Okay, so you got a better job. You want to move into more better community, better schools.
Yeah.
Major life event: birth, death, divorce, marriage, new job, loss of job. Wow. A major life event typically triggers a move, and it used to trigger about 6 months, and then the move would be triggered.
Yeah.
It's longer now because of COVID and people locked in with their interest rates and things like that. Mm-hmm. But you can track back almost every single acquisition or sale to a major life event.
Yeah.
Right. You guys needed more room. You had
we did.
Kid,
we had
right? How old was your youngest when you moved?
She's 2, yeah.
Yeah, you needed more room.
Yeah.
Right, that was driven by, and your business is growing a little bit more out. You could spend a little bit more money.
Wanted to be in a bigger town.
Wanted to be in Newtown. We're looking at schools coming.
We love Newtown.
But the impetus was we needed more room because our family grew.
Yes.
That was the life change that happened.
Yeah.
Right? So it took 2 years to happen.
Yeah.
You guys were looking for a little while. I remember.
We were.
Right?
2 years.
Yeah, exactly. But so think about it. So you started
like
looking
on and off.
But it was 2 years, which means when you were pregnant with the baby, you started looking because you knew you needed more room.
Because then the clock really started ticking too. I think when my son was going to start kindergarten.
You wanted to be for schools.
I was like, I want to be where we plan to be, and I don't want to keep moving.
And where you were running your business and all that stuff, right?
Yes.
So that's what, when you think about that, and some of this clients being so difficult, well, what's going on in their life?
Yeah.
Well, she's 8 months pregnant. Well, let's bring her, or they're going through a divorce. So do you think maybe some of the person's anger was misdirected because they just were in court earlier today going through a divorce? Yeah, probably.
Right.
And so we have to make sure that we act as active listeners, compassionate listeners with our client, realize it's probably not us. Now, I don't want my agents to be abused. And sometimes listen, if that happens and you think it's too much, did I do something to upset you today? Mm-hmm. And most of the time you hear, no, I'm so uncomfortable. This baby was due yesterday and I'm still pregnant and right. Or whatever might happen. Or we're planning the wedding. The wedding's in a month and my God,
the stuff they got to deal with.
It's like therapy.
You are invited.
But see, there's not any field that doesn't have some sort of,
someone can walk into your shop and they can be the happiest. And I'm like, oh my God, what's going on today? I'm like, oh my God, I just got a promotion. I can't just get it, whatever. Or someone can be, man, it's like, hey man, dude, this one's on us.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. We're in the people business.
Yeah.
Of course.
You're in the people business. And everybody, we're all living the same life.
Right.
We're all carrying the same baggage. We all just carry it a little bit differently.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah.
Is this something you're going to do in 10 years again?
I don't know what I'm capable of doing otherwise.
Well, I asked this question because as an entrepreneur, I guess everybody always says like, well, is this what you're going to do? I don't know. I say the same thing. I mean, if I find something else eventually, but as far as right now, I'm just going to ride it along.
Andy has something new coming in like a month.
I know. That's why I asked. I thought maybe he was going to say yes.
But it's still real estate.
But it's still real estate.
Yeah. So listen, I've got my hands in the design business with Tori.
Events.
I've got my my wife runs that.
By the way, please keep doing the comedies. I'm so upset that we
missed it. The comedy night was awesome.
One a year, it's not enough. We need a little bit more.
You have to keep doing it. That was good.
So I always have other businesses that I have interest in. Mm-hmm. What I've learned is when I've tried to personally start other businesses and manage it, it fails because I don't have the bandwidth. So I really love supporting and backing other people's passion,
right?
And being a sounding board for them. So that's been really cool.
Yeah.
And I can definitely see myself having hands in other stuff that I don't have to day to day do that work because there's no time.
Right.
But I'll probably keep selling real estate.
Yeah.
It's fun.
So if your kids were listening, what is something you'd want them to hear?
Do work. Same thing I tell them when home. Mm-hmm. Just outwork the next guy or gal.
Yes.
Show up.
Yeah.
Be grateful. Please and thank you. Look them in the eye when you shake their hand.
Yeah.
Like the basics.
Right.
Do the basics every day. Good things happen.
Absolutely.
It's not. My father-in-law told me when I got in the business, he goes, what we do is simple, but not easy. It's simple to open a door.
Yeah.
It's relatively simple to make a connection with a human and ask questions. It's simple. The tasks we do oftentimes are simple, but it's really hard to do it every day at a high level.
Consistent.
With no guaranteed income, with a smile. It's really hard.
Right.
And if you can, we can teach our kids to just show up every day. Show up.
Yeah.
Be accountable.
Yeah.
You don't have to light the world on fire every day.
Yeah.
That's okay. But be there. Be in the
Right.
room. Meet, and also like meet as many people as you can.
Right.
Those are the people. That's where you get your jobs from. That's where you meet other people who open your eyes to something or learn something new. It is all who you know in this world.
Yeah.
That's absolutely
Everything.
I just feel when, I did early on jobs in the beginning, I wasn't getting paid to do a lot of the stuff I was doing, but I enjoyed it. I was always looking to do more than I was actually getting paid for. And I feel like this new generation is more of like, well, I don't get paid to do that type of thing, And it's just like, well, if you actually did it, maybe I would pay you to do it. Because then I realize that, hey, I can have this whole new position available, but I don't feel like anybody goes above and beyond it's
hard to find those people.
Implementing new things and, just figuring it out. It's just different.
It's different.
So I always tell my kids, I don't care how much you get paid. Do more, show up early, be the first one, the last one
out.
That's right.
Yeah.
I feel
and
the
always put
simple things.
110%.
And you don't have to do that your whole life. You don't have to,
No.
right? But from the age of, 20 to 35, just show up.
But you never know who you're going to meet in that position. And that's what I say even to our staff. Like, I get it. This may not be your career or something you're going to do for the rest of your life. But there are customers here that you may actually help you get to where you want to go. All you have to do is learn, meet them, talk.
Every job.
It's a simple formula.
Yeah. Every job I've had, I've always made sure it didn't matter what it was.
How many connections you made,
I always treated it like it was mine. And I always said, because you never know who you're going to meet. And everything you do in life, it's a learning process, right? So no matter what you do it good. Doesn't matter, like you're getting paid or not getting paid, just keep going because you're learning from it. And, we can never get enough knowledge right now, especially nowadays. It doesn't matter how much AIs or whatever, you learn from people. So whatever you do, you got to just,
Oh, actually, that's a good point. We were just reading something about how some guy sold his house.
I was going to bring that up.
I
didn't know if you wanted to say that.
What is your thoughts on that?
I think we use some form of AI every single day in our office. Every single day because it is getting better. I use it for brainstorming. Like ideation and I love it. I really do. I think that AI is, of course, going to take jobs away.
Right.
Its impact on my industry, I don't quite know yet.
Yeah.
Unless you're going to actually also have a robot that's going to walk in the door.
I personally can't, like we were talking about, I'm like, I can't even imagine that.
There will be.
I couldn't use ChatGPT.
I think what's going to happen is my industry will get thinned out. Yeah. And the top 5 to 10% will survive and probably do even better.
Yeah.
And the rest, there'll be other options for consumers that just want to list their home through ChatGPT and whatever. Listen, the data, luckily, in our industry has shown over and over again that when a consumer goes about it themselves, they net less money even after paying commissions.
Yeah.
So we're going to hang our hat on that and see what happens. And we're going to adjust if we need to adjust because life is changing.
We all have to adjust.
We all have to adjust.
We have to figure out. We can't just keep getting scared. Everybody's like, oh, are you scared that this is going to take your job? Are you scared? Listen, we built this thing, hopefully, to make our life easier. It's scary to me because when I hear her talking on, literally we're driving and she's talking to her.
You're having a conversation with chat. Yep.
She's having a conversation. It literally blows my mind. I'm
but so for a long time, I was paying somebody $1,000 a month to do my calendar. Like the text message you get from Boost, like, hey, this is double points, rewards, and all that.
What does it cost?
$20 a month.
Yeah.
It's mind blowing. So do you want me to go back to the 1,000?
I get it. And it's sad because, like you say things like that and those people depend.
Well, so just like every major innovation in world history, it has displaced jobs and created others.
Yep.
Right.
This is happening at such a speed
this is going
that we can't keep up to replace the jobs fast enough, but they will catch up.
Yeah.
10 years from now, we're like, I'm an AI, whatever, right?
Right.
There's going to be other things. Humans, I have great, even though we live in really interesting times, and it doesn't matter what part of the political spectrum you fall on, we're broken.
Yes.
Right? Both extremes on both sides are broken.
So broken.
We cannot no longer agree to disagree and still have a beer together on the weekend.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I miss the most, right? I'm afraid to say certain things to certain people because I don't want to get in an argument.
It's sad.
It's sad. We can't disagree and still be friends anymore.
It's sad.
So, but I think I also believe in America, and I believe in humans still, and I think, it might take another 25 years to work through it all, but I think the pendulum will swing back and we'll be okay.
Well, we'll be okay. Listen, at the end of the day, I always say, honestly, I hate talking about politics. I don't talk to anybody, and if somebody starts anything, I'm like, listen, you have your own beliefs, I have mine. At the end of the day,
here's a smoothie.
Yeah, it's not going to change anything. Like as of right now, let's let them, do their thing. Unfortunately, just watch what you're doing. Like,
I think it's smart. As small business owners, it's really we get to focus on our communities.
Yes, exactly.
Right. So let's focus where we can affect change, where we can build relationships, regardless of political affiliation.
Yep.
We're really fortunate to be ingrained in the community, and I think that's my saving grace.
Absolutely.
I like my bubble.
Yeah.
I'm going to affect whatever positive change I can in my bubble.
That's it.
Or live our life and hope our kids are okay.
Absolutely.
That's the main thing.
Yeah.
It's like our kids, our family. God bless America to this day. I say this is what gave me everything I have, but I hope it gets better because all this stuff that's happening nowadays, it's
chaos.
It's just too much.
A lot of chaos.
So I guess last question would be, what is your advice to an entrepreneur or actually, somebody trying to get into real estate? They just got their license.
Well, to an entrepreneur, which I guess would be the same thing, right? If you're kind of every realtor and real estate agent is in business for themselves. Have a plan, execute your plan, and if your plan is not working, scrap it and do something different. That doesn't mean leave real estate, but get a new plan.
Yeah.
Right. So don't keep doing something over and over with no results. Even when you're not maybe getting sales as a new realtor, there's still incremental growth, right? It's like, I don't have any sales, but you had 5 great conversations this week with people who eventually want to sell, right? So we fill our pipeline. You're getting feedback. You're learning how to communicate. Like there's incremental growth that leads to eventually a payday, right?
Mm-hmm.
Patience.
It's patience. But if whatever you're doing isn't working, you're not having meaningful conversations, if you're not feeling energized by those conversations, well, we need a new plan.
Yeah.
Right. And change it. Change it quickly. Fail fast.
Yeah.
Right. Fail forward and fast.
Right.
That's probably what I would say to somebody new getting in the business.
All right. And now we need a little sales pitch. So if somebody's looking to buy or sell, how do they find you guys?
Google's a great place to find us. Around Town Real Estate, CT, or aroundtownct.com. We've got a great group of fully committed, the most successful agents in our market. No matter who you hire, you're going to be in great hands.
100%.
We work collaboratively, and I think what you'll find is, unlike the average agent in our market and other brokerages, you can hold us to a higher standard.
Yes.
And I really believe that.
Yeah.
You can always call me. You work with other agents. You want another opinion. But I typically, and as do our entire leadership, they know what's going on with all of our deals.
Yeah.
So we're all in it together for all of our clients. And we got a great group of people. We really do. I'm the luckiest guy in the world.
Yeah.
But wait, there's some really cool stuff coming though. So
I can't
wait.
Some really cool
I'm
stuff.
excited.
Might have to hear about it off air.
I can't even. I can tell you next week. I can tell you next week.
All right.
It's
Fine.
going fast. So,
Well, thank you, Andy. We really appreciate your time for being with us.
Thanks for thinking of me. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
And I love seeing you guys. It's always
Thank
fun.
you.
Same.
Yeah.
We got to do it more often. I got
should.
to get Jess on this too.
Oh, she'd be hilarious.
Like us 4 would have been fun. I need like the behind the scenes,
God.
chaos.
We'll do
stuff.
one by the bar over there. We'll have some drinks and then
we'll do it later on. Then
That's
we
probably a better
a
idea.
drink, have some
That's a better
cocktails.
idea. Yeah, for sure.
Risk and hustle and like sips.
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you for listening. Thank
Yes.
you, Andy, for being here.
Thanks for having
me. And
Make sure to subscribe, follow.
all the above, all that.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.